Hello everyone, this is System Shock, and System Shock is a remake of the System Shock game from the past in like 1994 or so, and this is the Quake era, the Doom era, so really old, but it has been redone in the entire Unreal Engine, so the whole like pixelated goodness is still here, but it's now, mechanically friendly and a lot more like Doom or the Dude Space game that you might be more familiar with. So it feels just like that. So mechanics wise, it went really well. And you are the Hacker Dude Extreme, and you are hacking into the Trioptim Corporation that is responsible for making the implants in everyone in the space station around Saturn. And the corp security doesn't really like you doing that, so they show up, bonk you on the head, and take you to this Master Jeeves guy, and he's like, "Hello, my name is Diego, and I will give you the implant, and I'll do it." And you're like, "Cool." So once you get that done, he's like, "Hey, in order to do that, I want you to take out Shodan. Shodan is got these security restraints as an AI that controls all the stuff, and my boss has put it in place, but I don't like that, so I want to disable it." And you're like, "Okay, cool, whatever, I don't care." That totally doesn't sound like a terrible idea. So you do it, and then they haul you off and they stick the implant in you, and you pass out, and he's like, "Huh, huh, 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 huh." And so you wake up on the space station with your stick of justice, and you gotta get your components for your augments in your brain and stuff for your implant, and also for the cool, you know, um, little Fallout buddy system here. And then you can just jam those on your wrist, and now you got a cool Talkboy communicator that tells you all the cool things. And you got the credit card stick that'll open up doors, because that's cool. And in this game, there's a lot of puzzles, and so there's these little logic puzzles you do. You can adjust difficulty for these, along with all the other difficulty for the game in the game menu in the beginning. So it's not just the HP and stuff. You got all the fancy puzzle difficulty to make it harder if you want. There's also a bunch of enemies, so you can change the enemies. You can change whether your bad times are going to be permanent bad times. And there's also some other mini games where you're going to cyberspace, and you can set the difficulty for that as well. So you got a lot of different difficulties. You got Shodan here. You got all these little cameras where she's looking at you. You're like, "Don't be looking at me." And then you have Saturn, so you can see out the picture of the window here that how doomed you are. And there's a lot of people here on the ground that look like they've had a bad time, but don't worry, they're not actually that bad off. They are members of this implant facility, so they look like they're having a bad time, but actually they kind of sort of are. Where Shodan is trying to take over the world now because she's gone rogue, and basically she I have released like a virus sort of thing scenario, and then the scenario is causing everyone to turn into horrible monsters, and those that turn into monsters, and they shed their old human body and become monsters. And then those people that are implanted, and they were successfully implanted, I guess, and weren't monsterfied, they actually, when they kick the bucket, they become cyborgs, and Shodan recreates them using the implants, and their body becomes a sort of flesh prison that's now half man, half robot thing that gets recreated. And you learn this as you go on, and there's actually a small resistance force that's going ahead of you, and that's trying to knock out as many things as they can before they either turn or they get robotified, like Dr. Robotnik here. So that's happening. So good times for everyone. But don't worry. So that means as long as you can get to a save point and deactivate the robotifier, you'll be okay, and all those other people will be okay too. I guess if uh, they can live long enough for that to happen. So in the game, you've got a lot of different items, as you saw here in the inventory, and you can disassemble things. You can reassemble them into hunks of metal, and you can make that metal into a recycler. You take it to a recycler, and then the hunks of metal will become coins, and you can use those coins on the breakfast cereals and things that you find throughout the game. You pick up those little hollow quarters, and Shodan sometimes leaves them for you for as angry notes from her cyborg dude peoples. And she's like, "Hey, I did all the bad things, and I hope you don't like it." And then, so yeah, you get a little bit of story, you get a little bit of action, you get all the mechanics going on, and you get a real feel for what it's like to be in space and a hacker dude. But what game as a hacker dude wouldn't be a hacker game if you didn't go into cyberspace and hack into the Matrix, which you can. And it's a really cool little mini game here, lots of flashing lights and things. So if it's gonna give you seizures, now's a good time to look away. And so you got a little mini game here. It's fun to play. You can spin around in circles and stuff, and you can play space, cyberspace asteroids, and it's fun. So you got that. You take out the thing, and it opens a door. And not everyone, unfortunately, is evil. So um, well, most people will be evil, or at least the remnants of what controlled their meat puppet body that is now part robot is evil. Not everyone wants to destroy the entire human race like Shodan. Some people just want to scrub floors and make them clean for the human populace around the space station. So that's cool. But these CPU things that belong to Shodan, not cool. So you blow those apart. That lowers the security level in the area, and then you can go to the next area, and then Shodan is usually like, "Hey, stop it, I hate you." And so, you're like, whatever, lol. So we move on from that point in time. She'll send out some dudes usually, and then you take out those dudes, and you're like, "Ha, I'm coming for you." And she's like, "Oh, no, you ain't. I'm gonna stop you. I hope you like pain, because you're gonna have a pain sandwich brought to you by the only robots that can deliver." And the scrub guy is just like, "I'm just scrubbing floors." And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple design on her master plan. But it worked on everyone else, but it's not going to work on you because you're a hacker genius, and you're going to use all your skills in hacking and disassembling and reassembling and upgrading items and dealing with toxic waste that you're somewhat sort of immune to because of your hacker powers. And then you're gonna drink a lot of soda, eat a lot of chips, and use your Mountain Dew powered fuel accessories to take out all of the hopefully no longer sentient life forms here that are mostly just robots. And yeah, and then you'll find out that you have a friend that's here helping you get through the station, and she offers to help you to also help you, remove the fact that you're a horrible hacker person that has broke the law, so many laws, so many things, and you're illegal and doing everything, but that's still important. Not the entire human race being overthrown by a gigantic evil AI that's gone rogue and super intelligence that has the power of an elevator. And it's just like, "No, you can't use that elevator." And you're like, "I want to use the elevator." And then you take her out, and then you can use the elevator, and then people are there, and you're like, "Nope, I don't want to use the elevator no more." So then you go back down floor, and then you're just like, "Ding, ding, 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 ding," and turn this to music, and then you gotta be like, "Well, guess I do have to go there." And then you take your can of sprayable fun, and then you just you share it with the rest of the kids at the school, and make sure you bring along enough for everybody. And when you don't, then the teacher gets mad, and then you're gonna have to take everybody out with your stick. So this is System Shock. Buy it on Steam, GOG. The links are below. Check them out. Buy it now. Buy it now.